There has never been and continues to be no good reason to buy a cordless Wahl Magic Clip. Having been in the barbering industry for over a decade, I've seen a ton of innovation and advancements in the technology of our tools. When I started out, there were 3 options: Andis, Oster, and Wahl. Basically all the tools were corded, and the brands were distinct enough in what they offered to suit a few different preferences when it came to shape and function. I was a Wahl man. My first clipper was a Wahl Taper 89, a classically shaped professional budget option. And after abusing that for a year, I walked into my local supplier and bought my first corded Wahl Senior. I remember the first time I plugged it in. The powerful snap when I switched it on. The instant power and possibilities I felt with that thing humming in my hands. Over the next few years, I amassed a collection of new, used, and vintage Wahl Seniors, and none of those clippers owe me a penny. Any mechanical skills I have when it comes to clippers, I owe to the corded Wahl Senior. A true icon and pioneer in the industry. As battery technology evolved through the 2010s, it seemed inevitable that we would see Wahl continue to innovate and bless us with the granddaddy of all cordless clippers. And eventually, if for a short time, they would. But in 2016, they gave us the Wahl Cordless Magic Clip instead. Now don't get me wrong, this is one of the first, if not the first, professional cordless clippers on the market. The problem a lot of people don't seem to acknowledge is that it's a cordless version of a clipper that was already extraordinarily outclassed by the Wahl Senior. You gotta remember, this is the beginning of a time where cordless clippers, while versatile and liberating to a degree, were severely underpowered when compared to their hardwired inspirations. The batteries would also start to wear out after a few months with an obvious drop in performance. On top of that, to this day, the Magic Clip still sounds like an underperforming lawnmower. And is probably the weakest sounding cordless clipper on the market. Before I get shredded in the comments, I can understand why some people love it. A, it was cordless, and we hadn't properly seen that before. It had a new factor. B, it was light. Most corded clippers had some weight to them. Personally, at the time, I felt weird if my clipper didn't have some weight to it, so that never appealed to me, although I totally get it. And over time, I've come to enjoy lighter clippers as well. C, the crunch blade. The stagger tooth cutting blade that does something, I think. I don't know. Magic Clip lovers, go in the comments and tell me how this thing makes any difference whatsoever. A year later, the cordless Wahl Senior was released. I pre-ordered 4 of them, and I still have a brand new one from the first release in a box to this day. When it came out, it was just about everything I wanted it to be. The only problem it had on release was that, while more powerful than the cordless Magic Clip, it didn't have close to the power the hardwired one had, which was to be expected. It was powerful enough though, and all you had to do was slow down a bit when you're moving through the hair, and after that, the convenience of having no cord was enough to make me use them daily for about 5 years straight. The Wahl Cordless Senior didn't lack for long-term problems either, but that's not what this video is about. Somehow, all the way through the release of the Cordless Senior, the Wahl Cordless Magic Clip endured. Like the herpes of the barber industry. The cheap, less powerful version of the thing we all actually wanted. But people loved it anyway, and still do. Enter Stylecraft. These days there are a lot of clipper companies popping up, and one of the most known is Stylecraft. In 2021, they upgraded their Alpha Clipper and gave us one of the most popular clippers to ever come out. The Rebel. The Rebel's shape is based on a Wahl Senior, has a plastic body like a Magic Clip, and a longer battery life. While both the Senior and the Rebel claim the same 7200 RPM motor, the lighter blades and better quality battery make the Rebel perform better and feel more powerful than the cordless Senior ever did. There was only one problem. The Stylecraft Rebel was extremely loud. When I first picked mine up, I thought there was something wrong with it. It was so loud that I couldn't even use it on clients anymore, which killed me because it had so much potential to be one of the best clippers ever made. I ended up lending it to another barber who loved the performance, but nobody could get over how loud it was. Now we're a couple years later, and just last week, Stylecraft announced a new replacement cam follower that supposedly addresses this issue. I've seen and listened to a new one, and I can confirm that they have solved this issue. Okay, great. We've come to the conclusion that if you want a classic shape, light clipper that's powerful, has low noise, and a long battery life, you should get the Rebel, right? Wrong. Here's why. The pissed off barber blew up in the barbering scene over the last few years, with an Instagram account filled with hilarious, relatable barber comics and memes. With a first-hand understanding of the industry and a growing following, this man has decided to capitalize. And we don't blame him. While all of the big brands have meetings about which new useless battery technology to pair with their outdated machines to make people buy new clipper trimmer combos, T-Pop built relationships with the very factories that make all the tools we know and love. Making improvements where necessary based on actual boots on the ground feedback and experience, he's put out some of the best tools the industry has ever seen. Did I mention they're way cheaper too? All of T-Pop's tools cost less and have extremely fast international shipping. This is not a sponsored video. We want to provide value to our subscribers, and buying from T-Pop is the most cost-effective way to get high-quality tools that exists right now. So what does that have to do with the Wahl Cordless Magic Clip? The evolution is as follows. First, you have the Wahl Cordless Magic Clip, with all the problems we already mentioned. Then you have the Stylecraft Rebel, which is a loud magic clip with more power. Again, they have fixed the noise issue, but mine is still loud, so I'm bitter. Because when I wanted to explore this clipper some more, my option at the time was to buy a new quieter version at $299 Canadian, which seemed a little steep. Then I did a little digging and found this, the TPOB Machete. He's got other styles of clippers and trimmers too that are great, but this is specifically a magic clip killer. 7,200 RPM super torque motor, 150-minute runtime with a 90-minute rapid charge, classic shape, lightweight, powerful, quiet, and it has a removable click lever if you're not into that kind of thing. It also comes with a charging stand, full set of magnetic guards, and has a 1-year warranty on all non-moving parts. So let's get to the point already. The T-Pop Machete is the best, most cost-effective, classically styled, lightweight clipper on the market, and the Magic Clip doesn't even come close. This is objectively true, and I'll fight you if you disagree. Please release yourself from the cordless magic clip prison. And if you enjoy this style of clipper, make your next one the T-Pop Machete. Let me know in the comments what your favorite clipper is, or your opinion on any of the ones I've mentioned today. Hope to see you again in the next video.